Let's take you back now to the Johannesburg CBD. Hasina Gori is standing by. Hasina, I see some movement behind you. What's happening?
So when we spoke earlier, we saw quite a large crowd that had, gathered around here just observing the closed roads. They've since been dispersed. But what we're seeing happening now is that earlier on, the Premier had told us that those that have stakeholders in the network underneath the ground that we're standing on here have all come out and gone and investigated those pipes throughout the day, and their preliminary reports had said that all their systems were in place, and this was for Egoli gas, Sasol, Rand water, as well as your electricity and well as telecom. But what we saw just now happening here is that Egoli gases personnel have been on the ground going into those manholes, trying to go underground. It's unsure what exactly they're looking for, but I'm sure to get a sense of, just ensuring that their pipes are not leaking, that they were not the cause of any, of the blast that took place here, and that road, just splitting apart. We specifically saw Egoli gas on the ground here, but also we see the EMS services are still here. JMPD have been on the ground just dispersing those crowds. Police in Yala had been brought out just to ensure that everyone evacuated this area. We heard both from the Premier as well as Executive Mayor saying that they're still treating this area as unsafe, as there is no conclusive understanding or report on what exactly caused yesterday's explosion, but also whether or not there's any environmental or health hazards to this area. For now, what they do say is a positive is that no person who has been taken into hospital has been treated for inhalation. So that means that so far no one has come in with any kind of hazardous gas that has come into contact with their chest, and that's one positive that they've come out with. But it's still unsure, and we heard from the Department of Labour, according to their technical report that they handed over in a preliminary report to the Premier, that they want to investigate further, and then from what they're seeing, that their reports and from what they're reading from all the reports from the stakeholders, that this has some similarity to an explosion that took place at Yeovil Telecom Towers, and that the gas that was released bears some similarity. So I think we did hear some mentioning of a manhole, and that gas is being released, and that's what we saw the Egoli gas teams now investigating. So it could be that they're now doing further investigations into and to get more information so that we can ascertain what exactly caused last night's explosion.